Mm.
Hello.
Hi.
So this is my first time ever going live. Okay, now the timer's starting. I was like, it was 0. Okay. So this video, we're going to talk about holding space for ourselves and for other people. So I'm very excited. My name is Bunny Luna. My pronouns are they, them. And this is my mom.
Hi, I'm Willow, and my pronouns are she, her.
So a little bit about ourselves. I got my yoga teacher training in 2018, 2019. One of those.
2019.
I've gotten Reiki 1 and 2 certifications. I have, I've been researching like trauma and researching sexuality and researching gender over the last several years. I've been holding, or maybe not holding, I've been facilitating nude gatherings over the last year. Of course, right now, I can't really do that in person. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Better. I've also been facilitating workshops on photography and modeling over the last several years also. So it's just like a little bit about me. I'm a self-employed artist, ecosexual witch, and energy healer. And you can find me on my website, bunnyluna.com.
I took my yoga teacher training in 2012, graduated in 2012. I told Bunny earlier, I guess I've always been an autodidact, and they're like, what's that? And I said, it's just a fancy word for somebody who studies things themselves, right? No college type of restriction for me. I've been holding women's circles since about 2016, I think. I have Reiki 1 and Reiki 2. We took our Reiki 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
I've been studying nutrition since probably 2015, and the paleo autoimmune protocol in with that. I've been studying herbs for a few years now. I don't know. Lots of subjects.
Yeah,
lots of
interested
interest.
in lots of things. So I thought we would start with like a short meditation just to get us like all in the same space. Would you like to lead the meditation, Willow?
Sure. Okay. So get comfortable if you can, and close your eyes if you're comfortable closing your eyes. If you're not, you can just cast them down into your lap. Take a deep inhale in through your nose and sigh it out of your mouth. Take another inhale through your nose and sigh it out of your mouth. Feel your roots, your tailbone rooting down into the earth. And without judgment or worry, feel inside your body. Maybe even ask your body, how am I feeling right now in this moment? Without judging, without shaming, or maybe not even assigning a name to how you feel. Hopefully you've come up with something, even if it's just, I'm not sure how I feel. That's okay too. Take a deep inhale through your nose and sigh it out of your mouth. And open your eyes when you feel ready.
So I think it's great to start off with what holding space is. I actually found a pretty decent definition on the internet from HuffPost. There's a person named Lynn Hauke. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but their description of what holding space is more along the lines of how to hold space for another person. But you can kind of think about it in the way of holding it for yourself and for another person. But they say, you walk along with them without judgment, sharing their journey to an unknown destination. Yet you're completely willing to end up wherever they need to go. You give your heart, let go of control, and offer unconditional support. I think that's a pretty good definition of holding space. So you can do that for yourself and for other people. And as a human that has emotions, it has been very helpful for me to be on the receiving end of someone holding space for me. I know, like personally, you have held space for me a bunch of times. And one of the times that I remember not super recently, but like sometime last year, around the time that I was getting separated from my husband and like was in a bunch of turmoil, and I just was all over the place emotionally and really not feeling good and just like needed to cry and needed to bitch. And you just sat there and listened and asked, like, do you need this, or can I do this for you? And like, you didn't do anything without hearing from me first about, what it was that I wanted. And that was big for me. It's really hard to know what I want sometimes. So it was nice that you gave those questions, that you asked me those questions. It was also a little bit frustrating because I didn't know what the answer was. I was like, I don't know. Just let me keep crying. I don't know.
But just let me keep crying is an answer.
It really is. So that's a time that for me, it was really impactful for me to receive space from you holding space for me.
Thank you.
I'd like to start with how to hold space for yourself, because I think it's really hard, like really, really hard. And I think it's a really good starting point, because I feel like if you can't really hold space for yourself, then you probably can't hold space for other people very well either. So for me, the way to conceptualize holding space for myself is like, okay, I'm going to take a few deep breaths. I'm going to feel into my body, see, like, does my chest feel tight? Is my heart beating really fast? Like, things that are physically going on with me to help me know how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's easy to be like cut off from our bodies, like completely in our minds. So a big way to hold space for yourself is to like notice physical sensations in your body, if that's something that's available to you. And
I'd like to interject.
Yeah.
A lot of times I know how I guess I don't always know how I feel, but sometimes I know how I feel, but I don't know how to put words to it or what words to put to it. So holding space for yourself, you may not even have words, and that's okay too.
That's about just like sitting with the feelings a lot of the time, whether they're uncomfortable or not. I feel like a lot of the times that we need to hold space for ourselves is when those feelings are uncomfortable and feelings that we don't want to have. So that's a really important part, is just like sitting with the feelings and allowing them to be there and not judging them. Because that's something that a lot of us do, is we immediately get like mad at ourselves, like, oh, I can't believe I feel this way. Why? And like, you can't really like change the way you feel very often. Like most of the time it's like,
It's just how you feel.
yeah, that's how you feel. So, so you just have to feel it because I mean, feelings don't last forever. Your feelings are always going to change. So
I know for me though, a lot of times when I'm having feelings, I feel like, oh God, this is never going to end. I'm going to feel like this forever. This sucks.
yeah, especially the feelings that are hard.
Uh-huh.
You've like, it's easy to feel like you're going to be stuck in them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary. And then
Mhm.
you want to like escape it and get out of those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like don't blame yourself for your feelings or judge yourself for your feelings, because like feeling is an extremely human thing to do. Like we have these physical bodies because we are meant to feel. So like understanding that what you're feeling is valid, even if it's uncomfortable or hard. It's an important way that your body is talking to you, or your heart is talking to you, and something that it's important to pay attention to.
I think our emotions are also primarily a way to keep us alive, to keep us safe.
Definitely.
To know, oh, fuck, the tiger's running after me. I need to run.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes holding space, if it's not something where you're able to like sit with the feeling, if it's too much of a feeling, if it's too stressful or just overwhelming, or like it's something you cannot handle sitting with, then another way to hold space for yourself is understanding that like you don't have to suffer through this feeling forever, that like you can do something to change that feeling. Like you have the ability to shift your feeling into something different. Like for instance, if I'm feeling really like sad and depressed, and like I feel like if I am sitting with those feelings, I'm just gonna like stay stuck in all of that like depressive and just like down feeling, kind of staying in a big, downward spiral of like, I feel terrible and then I feel bad about it because I feel like I shouldn't feel terrible. So I'm just like beating myself up about it.
There must be something wrong with me.
Yeah. And in that instance, it's probably not good for me to sit in those feelings, because then I'm just going to like make them worse. So in times like that, I feel like it's important to remember that we have the ability to change the way that we feel. Sometimes, I mean, it's not always an easy thing to do, but like if I feel really bad, maybe I'll step outside and feel the sun on my skin, get some sunlight, or I'll take a shower and just like kind of change my energy, or I'll take a walk outside. I'm ecosexual and I like very connect with outside, and like being outside in nature just like makes me happy in general. So it's easy for me to say like, yeah, I'm going to go outside when I feel bad because that's going to make me feel better. And that may not be the case for everyone. Like something that you might like, that might be a mood elevator for you might not be for me, but only you know what is a thing that you can do to help yourself feel better. It might be like singing or moving your body, like dancing or doing yoga. It might be playing an instrument. It might be playing with your dog, petting your cat, talking to a friend, calling someone on the phone,
working on a craft like embroidery, doing some handiwork, doing some minutia that I get into.
Cleaning, organizing your room. Sometimes like if I'm stressed out, if I clean something, it helps me calm down. So that's something that you can like learn about yourself and remember. Like a couple years ago, I wrote like a love letter to myself when I was feeling amazing. It was like a day that like everything was going right and I just felt so good. And I wrote a letter to myself. And I like told myself like, because I wrote a letter, my happy, like joyful self wrote a letter to my like sad, depressed self. And I was like, you're feeling bad, but you won't feel bad forever. you have gotten out of all of the bad things that you've ever experienced. Like, you still are here and alive. So like, you survived it. And then I was like, here's a list of things you can do to elevate your mood. And I just wrote all of them down, like journal, draw, pull oracle cards, go take a walk, take a shower, like make a crystal grid, like all of these things. I just wrote out a list of all of these things that make me feel better. So sometimes when I'm feeling really bad, I'll go back to that list and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I do have the ability to change the way that I feel.
Yeah, I like that idea, because when I am down, sad, upset, it's hard for me to think of those things.
It is.
Because I'm in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
How do I see the sun if I'm in the shadow?
It's easy to feel stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it wasn't something that I felt like I had to do, writing that letter. It was just something that came to me because I was feeling super great. And I was like, you know what? This would be really good. I want to like capture this.
That's awesome.
So maybe you can do that for yourself too in the future. If you're feeling super great and you want to write a love letter to yourself when you're feeling not so great, to remind you that you can feel good again, and you will. Was there anything else you would like to add on how to hold space for yourself?
I had not heard of or thought of holding space for yourself until you mentioned it to me. And immediately I was like, oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. That's,
Yeah.
Because I've always been one to run away, right? If shit's going down, I'm out.
Yeah. Let's hide from the feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want them. I'm going to hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we can talk about how to hold space for other people.
Can we read the chats first?
Oh yeah.
Cause making it so that's Pam. Hey Pam. Pam said, hey my sisters.
Hi.
Douglas, greetings. Hi Willow. Hi Bunny.
Hi Doug. We
Hi.
love you.
Bruce said hi Bunny and Willow.
Hi. Yay, Bruce. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, Pam said this is Pam.
Hi.
And Douglas just posted the link on my Facebook as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
That's
you.
very
I appreciate
thoughtful.
you, Doug.
Sweet.
Yay.
Cool. Any questions about the first part?
Yeah.
About holding
Feel
space for
free to
yourself?
type in questions if you have any.
Or ideas.
Yeah, or
Your own.
suggestions, like your own like ideas on holding space for yourself. Feel free to write those in. We can come back to a little chat when we're in another little stopping point.
I have advised Pam and close family friends and whatnot that who are in their house by themselves at this time, maybe with a cat or some, maybe with a dog, but they don't have human touch available to them. I have suggested maybe holding yourself.
Yeah.
It's touch. I'm the first person I touched other than inside the whatever's inside my mama's womb.
Yeah.
Right. It was mostly water at first, but first it was just me. First it was just you. So here we are again.
Yeah. Because you're sending signals to yourself, like to your brain and your body, like when you touch yourself in a loving way versus in like a judgmental or mean way, like your body knows, your emotions know.
Bruce said, just me and my two cats here.
Yeah. I hope your cats are cuddly.
I love a cuddly cat.
Yeah. I like cats when they think they're dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my favorite. Because I like dogs.
I was going to say no offense, cats, but cats don't care anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can think what you want.
So since we don't have any questions yet, we can go ahead and talk about holding space for other people.
Yeah.
I would like to say how important it is to get consent. So if you're feeling really bad and you want to reach out to someone for support,
You need someone to hold space for you.
Mm-hmm. say, reach out to them, say, hey, do you have the capacity to hold space for me while I blank? Vent about my boyfriend, talk about how shitty my day was, like worry about this thing that might happen, like give them a little bit of a taste of what it might be that you're going to be needing to have space held for. So that way they can like feel within themselves to know if they can hold space for that. And then, be able to hold space appropriately. And I also think it's important for the person that's holding space to maybe ask the person that needs space held for them if they just want you to listen, or if they want like advice or like recommendations or, questions, things like that. So, because everybody needs different things at different times, and it might even change throughout the time that you're holding space. But it's something that's important to start off with an understanding of like what the exchange is going to be between you. So that way both of you can be in the space in a way that is centering consent and that is centering the feelings of both people. Because like, if I'm going to hold space for you, then I need to probably personally be in a space that's at least neutral. But if I'm like having a real shitty day, then I don't have the space to hold space. Or if I'm having a really great day and I don't want to be like brought down, then maybe I don't want to hold space for someone either, just because like I wanted to hold on to that and like celebrate in the ways that I wanted, Or
because the thing they told you they needed space held for, you knew would be like triggering or.
Yeah. So I think it's important to have like a short conversation about that before you start the whole thing. When you hold space for another person, for me, I think the important thing, like the most important thing, is to listen and to like actively listen, like look them in the face and maybe like nod, when you to show them that you're understanding, or
regardless of what's going on inside your head, give them a non-judgmental space holding.
Yeah. When we had circle about holding space, you said something about like Kleenex too. Would you tell them that?
If you're holding space, you're allowing the person time to speak whatever they're needing to speak. And if you are making lots of comments about everything they're saying, oh my God, I can't believe you did that, or even no, or even if you just hand them Kleenex because they're crying, you're interrupting their process, you're interrupting their thoughts, you're causing them to think, I'm being judged some right here. I may not be in a safe space, or
you need to rein it in. You need to be not so much.
Yeah.
I think when you're holding space for someone, I do think if they're in like a place where they're quiet, like if there's like a lull or like a pause when they're not going to be saying something, I think that sometimes it is appropriate to ask questions like, would you like a Kleenex? Or like, would you like my thoughts on this? Or something along those lines. Like, so that way you're allowing them to have that control over, what that experience is. I don't think that like questions are always good in holding space. So it's something that you'll have to like feel out. because I feel like not everyone would appreciate having people ask them questions about things like that. So it might be just like if it's someone that like you're new with, like someone that it's like a new friend of yours and they're asking you to hold space, like I would go on the side of caution probably and just listen. Unless they had told you at the beginning, you know, I want, you know, recommendation, I want feedback kind of thing. But if it's someone you know really well and you've known for a long time, you kind of generally know just through being in a relationship with them of some sort over time, like what kinds of things they would appreciate from you and what kinds of things that they would like welcome. So in that case, I feel like if you know that that person usually is open to having questions or open to like hugs or whatever, then I feel like you should still probably ask. But it's more of an open thing, like for an open place where you can ask that question versus just like going straight in for a hug or something. Like, because like you said, like it totally disrupts their process. Because a lot of times when you're feeling all the feels, you just need to feel them and like process to get through them. Like you need to feel them to get through them to the other side. And if that is interrupted, then sometimes those feelings will get just stuck inside of you. Would you like to talk about stuck feelings?
Are you speaking of energetically, or what do you?
Yes.
Wow. Triple warmer, the whole thing, or just?
Sure. Unless anybody has questions about holding space for another person. Let's see if there's. Johnny says, hi, just hanging out, enjoying the calm of this. Your dog is there sleeping. Oh, cute. Doug says, I really like the idea of writing a list of ways to hold space for yourself when you're in a positive mood to help you remember that. Yeah, what works while you're in the shadow. Doug says, learning how to ask consent and to ask whether someone wants advice or not was tough. It took me about 40 years to learn how to do these things relatively consistently. It's so hard.
Yeah. Because it's communication.
Yeah. Well, and also because like usually if you're holding space for someone, it's because you care about them and you want them to not feel bad.
Right.
And you want to help them feel better.
Right.
And it's so hard to just sit there and like witness them feeling terrible.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. It's hard. It's really hard.
You sent me a Marco Polo when you were out on your trip. And you were just bawling, just you could hardly even get the words out. And that was truly holding space, but it was hard as hell, you know? I mean, just because you're miles and miles away, you can't see my face. You don't know if I'm watching this video. You felt alone, you know, but I watched the whole thing. I've mentioned it to Herman, my partner, later, but he didn't want to see it. He was upset because you were upset.
He would probably get mad at whatever the situation was. He's an Aries.
Tears are difficult to deal with for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah. I really feel like tears are medicine. Tears are magic. Like, I read somewhere once that your tears, the composition of them is different like every time, depending on how you're feeling.
The chemical makeup.
Yeah.
Of the tears.
Yeah. And
true story.
Yeah. Tears are just like a physical manifestation of our feelings. And that's like amazing.
Yeah.
Tears are really powerful and healing. And we shouldn't hold them in. We should allow them to come.
But somehow society tells us don't cry, especially for testosterone prominent people. Don't cry. Yeah, don't cry. Lots of people have a lot of shame around crying. I have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to cry in front of other people sometimes. I mean, I'll be honest. I've cried like in the middle of a parking lot randomly, like and strangers have walked by and stuff, and I just like did not care. I needed to cry, and I was crying. But it's not always that easy for me to cry in front of other people. It just depends on the situation usually. I feel like a lot of the shame that most people have around crying is from being told to not cry by their parents or caregivers. Probably because it's hard for them to witness it because, you know, like you love them and you don't want them to hurt, so you don't want them to cry. But like holding tears back and not allowing them to flow, it's like stifling your energy. I think that would be a great time to talk about energy.
Okay, so I've been studying energy medicine yoga for a little while now, and it's energy medicine yoga. I feel like maybe I said that too fast the first time. There's a lady named Lauren Walker who invented it. She's taken the 5 elements from traditional Chinese medicine and the meridians, also from traditional Chinese medicine, and mixed yoga and energy together so that you're doing both at the same time.
Will you explain what meridians are, just in case people
Meridians are, well, how do you explain energy? Energy is more than just saying, I'm really tired or I'm ready to go. And we have an energetic, we have 9 energetic systems in our body, in, on, and around our body. Our aura is an energetic system. It's also called the biofield in England and other places. And we have different energy systems. The chakras are an energy system from India, from yoga. Meridians are like rivers of energy. It's like our bloodstream, except it's our energy stream. And we have 14 meridians, and one of them is called triple warmer. Some people say triple burner or triple heater, and it comes from acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. Triple warmer it's a meridian, but it's also its own separate energy system. It's magic to me. I don't know how to explain it other than it's magic. But the best things are.
Yeah.
But triple warmer, the meridian, and triple warmer, the energy system, is there to save our life. It's there to keep us alive. So it's a part of our sympathetic nervous system, because it doesn't care if you're a spiritual person or if you're trying to get in touch with your spiritual side. It doesn't care if you're trying to get a promotion at work or if it doesn't care about those things. It cares about keeping you alive. And so it also controls the other energy systems, because when we need something, when our body needs something, or our emotions, any of our bodies need something, then triple warmer kicks into gear and says, okay, we need more adrenaline, we need more of this, we need this system to do that. And it loves to get all up in the air and get stuff going. So triple warmer also controls our habits. It's very much about habits. So if you're used to, anytime you hear a door slam and you have this flashback of something that happened bad when you were a kid, when somebody came in and slammed the door and then something bad happened. Triple warmer remembers that and says, well, I did this. I made the person have a panic attack and they stayed alive from that incident, from that trauma. Then triple warmer, every time you hear a door slam, triple warmer says, okay, we got to make that panic attack happen so that you stay alive again. So what we need to do is try to calm triple warmer down and soothe triple warmer, especially at a time like this when there's a lot of fear and stress and unknown going on. Humans like to think we have control of everything, but there is no such thing as control. But we want to soothe triple warmer and calm it down. So our energy systems and the other systems in our body work through pulses or vibration. And sometimes just holding places will help. It connects the energy system with the nervous system. So we have the little half moon here. Our collarbones come together and we have that little space here. And you can hold 1 or 2 or 3 fingers in that place, and they'll help to calm triple warmer down. Lauren Walker calls this the guardian point. So a couple weeks ago, I was on my way to my little sister's house, and someone tried to turn in front of me, and we almost hit each other and scared the crap out of me. But I kept driving, and I put my 2 fingers here, and I started talking to myself. I started talking to triple warmer. I'm okay. I'm safe. She didn't run into me. I can just keep going. It's all right. And it helped me to calm down. Sometimes just doing this may not be enough. And it's not like I can just touch it and then I'm healed. You need to hold it for a little bit, right? Yeah. Depending on what's going on, you might need to hold it for a long time, 20 minutes or whatever. But there's another point we have on our frontal prominences here. We have what are called neurovascular reflex points. And this is another way to help calm triple warmer down and to bring the blood to the forebrain, off of the back brain, the primitive brain, and bring it to the forebrain so we can think easier. Suddenly I'm tongue-tied. And this is called the rescue point. It's like you're taking somebody's temperature, right? It's also Donna Eden, who is also does energy medicine, says this is the oh my God point, because when you hear bad news, people a lot of times, oh my God, you know. And when you hold both of those places together, that's even more powerful and will help triple warmer to soothe and calm down. And you may need to hold it up to 20 minutes sometimes. So that's just one way to help calm yourself down.
I feel less nervous already a little bit because I was like frantically taking notes and stuff, but like before this to make sure I had all the stuff that I wanted to talk about.
And this, you can do this, you know, in a meeting at work or whatever, or standing in line wherever you're having an issue. It's not real obvious, right? It's like, I don't know, I'm holding my chest, I'm holding my heart center, whatever. This is a little more.
People will probably ask you, like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Calling myself down.
Yeah.
You know, just chilling. Okay.
If you can lean up against a wall, then it's not as obvious. You know.
I would like to get to a space in society where, like, doing things with your body and, like, physically and like sounds and stuff is more accepted. Because, like, I feel like a lot of times in our society, like if we're doing something that isn't like the usual thing that people do, you get a lot of looks and questions, and like people like don't know what to do with you. And I want to get to a place where like people understand that the way that we process things is through our body. Like, especially emotions, you process emotions through your physical body. Like, things are happening, your feelings are there, and that causes things to happen. Like, your brain will tell your body to secrete certain chemicals and, you know, all kinds of stuff.
There's different camps on, is it your brain or is it triple warmer? Because triple warmer will tell adrenaline, okay, start pumping. Something's happening. We need to get excited here. Start pumping. And then if that doesn't handle the whatever triple warmer thinks the stress or trauma is, then it'll say, okay, cortisol needs to jump in there, and we need to get both of these things going. And if you don't, if you can't resolve this, if you can't feel this emotion, work through this emotion, work with this emotion, then those chemicals are not going to be utilized like the body is needing them to be utilized. And that's when the chemicals get stuck in your body, and then the energy also gets stuck in your body and places in your body. And that's when it sets you up for later. You could have issues. That's why in yoga they say the issues are in the tissues.
Oh. I haven't heard that, but
No?
that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Because your body, like, your body remembers. Your body, like, is a record of everything that ever happened to you in your life, basically. Not just on like a superficial level, like scars and stuff, but like emotional and like relational and physiological. Like your body remembers whether or not you can like logically think about it and understand it and like bring those things back, but it's there in your body. I want to bring in, you mentioned the sympathetic nervous system earlier. And I want to bring in, because that's like your, fight, flight, or freeze response is your sympathetic nervous system. There's also a response, some people, not everyone talks about it, but it's fawn, like FAWN. And I'm sure you know what fight, flight, and freeze are. Fawn is like when you befriend the thing that's hurting you in the hopes that it won't hurt you anymore. Or, oh, I'm gonna, take care of everyone else around me so that I don't have to feel my feelings. And our how do I say? Our nervous system is there to take care of us, like our triple warmer is, because you said it's connected. And like you said, it doesn't care like who you are or anything. It just like knows I need to do this so I can survive. And then when all of those things happen in your body, like physically, if you don't do the thing to help them run their course, then they get stuck there. And a big way to help not let that happen is to move your body, like physically move your body, like go for a run, do yoga, do jumping jacks, shake around, like just shake it off. Because like those movements, like that moving and like activity helps signal to your body that like, hey, I'm escaping this thing, or hey, I'm like getting away or fighting chemicals. I don't need to keep doing those things to save you. Like you're in the process of being saved because I know that because you're doing these movements and, you're moving your body. So things are happening. So you're taking care of yourself.
I think it's the same reason. Like when something happens and a dog is confronted by another dog or something, and they figure out they're okay or whatever, and they turn around to walk away, and they'll just shake everything off, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what that is. And it's a natural primal thing. And we have somehow decided we can't do that. We can't do that in public.
No, it's too weird. It's too different. It's too like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to look silly. What are these people going to think of me if I do this thing? I'm like I said, I really want to get to a place in society that people understand like, hey, we are like celestial beings in a physical body. Like we have things that we need to do physically in order to like match up to the energy that we have and the emotions that we have.
I think though the only way to get society into that though is for us to just go ahead and do the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're watching, but whatever. I don't know what's going on in their head. It's not my business. I'm gonna just shake everything off anyway.
Yeah. I like the idea that like I am being myself, and that inspires other people to be themselves too.
Yes.
That gives other people permission to be themselves. Like just a like easy example. I used to shave my legs and armpits and pubic hair when I was like a teenager because I thought that's what I was supposed to do because I was viewed as a woman and that's just what I was supposed to do. Even though I wasn't like a super fan of it, it was just like expected of me. So I thought I had to. And then I like saw people online and made friends with people that didn't shave at all. And I was like, oh, I can do this. I don't have to shave. All right, sweet. And I like never shaved again, except for my hair.
Because you don't do that.
Yeah, but mommy does it for me. We had family haircuts yesterday. It was great.
I think it may help if we would all start thinking of what if I could do what I wanted
Yeah.
instead of worrying about what will they think of me. That's a topic for another day.
Yeah. And honestly, if the things that feel good to you, as long as they're not hurting another person, obviously, but
Without consent.
yeah, the things that feel good to you, like to do for yourself, like by yourself, if someone else is not okay with you doing those things, then maybe you don't really want them to be a big part of your life anyway. Because I don't know, I wouldn't want friends like that. Is there anything else you'd like to cover? Let's do it.
Doug said, I agree. Asking questions while listening to someone who needs space held for may distract them or push them in a direction they don't want to go and can be negative.
Yes.
Bruce said, I agree too. If you are holding space for another, just let them talk and realize that they most likely just want a comforting ear to talk to. Let them initiate the question answers.
Yeah.
Doug said, our society really stigmatizes crying for men, masculine folks. Yes. We are taught from a very young age, especially boys, stop crying, rub some dirt on it, whatever is hurting, and go walk it off, shake it off, spit on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I hate
all the things.
Society really like shits on dudes for emotions a lot. And it's just terrible and really sad.
Yeah. Donald Necessary said, I agree. I just have a bad connection. Listening is the best gift you can give. Wow.
Johnny says, I definitely need to try to. My work stresses me out and I need new ways of calming myself down. Yeah. The triple warmer.
At least this one.
Really great. Yeah. Or if you like, if you have the ability to, and if you think you would enjoy it, like maybe do like 10 jumping jacks in the bathroom or something.
Right.
Like move your body in a way that helps get energy out. That might help. Or like screaming into a pillow. I don't know if you have that at work, like you might not, but
there's another hold that you can do that's not quite as obvious. I was telling Pam just the other day, we have a spleen point over here on the side that's at your waist. I don't know where the waist, it's just above for me anyway, it's just above the hips, right? Where your waist may go in, right? The natural waist. We have on both sides, we have spleen points, and on the back of the elbow, not at the pointy part, but just above it, there's a triple warmer point there. So you can hold the spleen point with one hand and the triple warmer point with the other hand. And you look like you're just standing around, right? But these are also calming points. It's telling spleen and triple warmer to talk with each other, and they'll calm each other down. So you can just stand around like that all day.
Either side too.
Yep, both sides. Work either side you want. You can do it 10 minutes one side and switch and do 10 minutes the other.
Yeah.
But it's not quite as obvious if you're like standing out in the field talking or in the office talking.
Yeah. Johnny says, I used to dance. I might start doing more holding my own dance party. Yeah. Screaming into a pillow I can do now that I'm working from home. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, working from home is great.
Yeah. We've been mostly naked most of the time.
Oh, yeah. I just got dressed to do this. Like literally I've been naked all day. Yeah, I really like this one. I was doing this last night when I was feeling emotional. And it helped like soothe me. Plus it just feels good to like hug yourself in general. I'm a really like physical touch person, so I like to just feel like enveloped.
And touch is important.
Yeah. Do any of y'all have any questions about holding space before we close it out? I'll give y'all a couple of minutes. Doug says the divorcing of men from their feelings creates such disharmony and dramatically impacts our/their ability to empathize with others. Completely agree with you. I think that's a big part of why we have such toxic masculinity in our society right now, is because like men have been shown like their whole life that they're basically not allowed to have the feelings that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And the only feelings that they're allowed to have are like anger. That's like the
Baby.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
basically the only like socially accepted feeling for a male presenting person to have is anger.
Or go sports.
Yeah.
If that's an emotion, I don't know, but
Yeah.
you know, they can yell at the TV when it's sports, but yeah. And when males are so often told to shake it off and just keep going and
Deal
whatnot,
with it.
A lot of males are not really even in their body. They don't know how they feel in their body. They're told to ignore the pain, so they don't even recognize pain a lot of times until it gets really bad. And pain is one of the ways that our energy body tells us there's an issue going on you need to address. We need to fix something here. But if you can't even feel what you're physically feeling, how are you going to know?
Yeah. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I am hoping for a like present and a future in which men are allowed and embraced in feeling their feelings and sharing how they feel with other people. Because I feel like a lot of times, even if men do feel feelings after, maybe they don't suppress them as much, I feel like a lot of times they don't feel like they're able to share their feelings.
Especially not with other dudes.
Yeah.
You know somebody who is more of a feeling person and he's picked on at work by the other fellas because why are you showing emotion?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to evolve with people around you like that?
Yeah. I cannot believe it's almost been 53 minutes already. Thank you so much for being here with us. I've really enjoyed talking about holding space. I would like to invite you back here for live streams every Monday at 6 p.m. I will be here. Willow may join me some more times too. And also every Thursday, I will be having live video gatherings through my website for people that are members of my website. Or you could also donate $5 to $25 in order to get a ticket to the live video gathering on Thursdays. It's also at 6 p.m. Those are more intimate gatherings, and it's more like discussion and like back and forth. But all the ones here on Mondays are free. So I'm really excited. I have like a schedule of topics to talk about for all of the Thursdays on my website, bunnyluna.com/schedule, if you want to check that out. I will probably do a lot of collective oracle readings here, but I have a lot of other topics I would like to talk about too. So it just depends on how I feel.
And I'll brag, Bunny's gotten a lot of nice compliments on the oracle reading they've done.
Oh, yeah. I do those. I do those at a discount on my Instagram on Mondays. I actually did several today, and they were really great. I am like touched by the responses that I get from people on my oracle readings. They usually say that like they're uplifted, or they feel grounded, or like it was a spot on reading, or like it made them cry. And I just like, I'm just so honored to be able to share these messages from the universe with them. So yeah, that's a really fun thing I've been doing. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my username is bunny_Luna_. My original account got deleted by Instagram because I have naked photos on there. So, they don't like nudity, even though I censor everything. Yeah, I think we were thinking about maybe doing another meditation, but it's almost been an hour already. So we might not do one. I wanted to say thank you, and we welcome feedback. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or anything, feel free to comment or chat.
I do recommend, I don't know if you meditate or not, and if you don't fuss at yourself about not doing it. It's okay. But I would like to recommend maybe give yourself some homework, and for even just 2 minutes a day, whether it's first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening or whenever you have a moment, to do what we did. Just sit and close your eyes and drop in. Maybe put your attention on your belly button
Or your heart.
Yeah. How am I feeling today? How am I feeling today? I know every time Bunny asks me, my immediate response is, I'm fine. And one day I said, wait a minute, am I really fine? Or is that just my answer all the time? That's my all the time answer. I'm fine. So if I'll take a few moments, I like to put a hand on my chest and one somewhere on my belly.
Me too.
And just feel down in there, how am I feeling? And even if I can't put a name on it, it's okay. Sometimes it's just, I'm heavy today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay, but that gives me a heads up. I'm heavy today. Maybe I should be easy on myself and try not to fuss at myself for not accomplishing all the things, because so
I think the most important thing is to be willing to feel and to not be judgmental about it, and to just be accepting of it. And you said earlier, be a scientist, not a judge.
Yes.
Take note of it, because your body is telling you things that you probably should know, hopefully.
A scientist goes in to do something or study something or observe something, and that's all they're doing. Is they're not wanting to influence it at all. They're not wanting to make it into something that it's not. They're just looking at it. They're not judging it.
Yeah.
Be a scientist, not a judge.
Yeah. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you get notifications when I'm doing more of these. And if you would like to keep in touch, I've already said my website, but I'll say it again, bunnyluna.com. I'm on Instagram, bunny_Luna_. I'm not really on Facebook at all, so don't even bother. Or if you want to email me directly, you can do bunnyluna@pm.me. So P as in Paul, M as in Mary, .me, me, like me. If you want to email me directly, that's cool too. Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to say before we ended?
Bruce said, thank you too for sharing.
Yay.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Don says, yes, good talk.
Thank you.
Doug says, thank you both.
Thank y'all.
Pam gives us little heart kisses.
And a purple heart because purple.
Yeah. Yes. Yay. Thank you so much for being here with us. I appreciate that you
took the time out of your day.
Yeah. Appreciate that you're interested in hearing what we have to say. If there's anything that you are curious about that we talked about today that you want to know more about, feel free to let me know in whatever way feels best for you. Commenting here or sending me an email or, whatever makes sense. If there are topics that you'd want me to talk about in future live streams, I'm definitely open to that. I have a lot of things that I'm interested in and have information about. So I probably could talk about a lot of different things.
The Thursday evening lives is more of a roundtable type of thing where everyone can, it's not just a typing chat.
Depending on how big the group is. If it's a pretty small group, then we can like do like video and voice to each other. If it's a bigger group, I'll do chat, but I'll like be very like paying attention to the chat and, you know, having a conversation that way. Okay. The live streams here are probably not going to be paying as much attention to the chat. I'm just like talking about a topic and doing the thing. But yeah, I'm excited.
Johnny gave a purple heart and a red heart, and Bruce gave a red heart, and Douglas gave.
I think it's a little, the little hug emoji.
Yeah, okay. That's cute. And a red heart.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Sweet.
Yay. Yeah, I think that's it. Unless anybody has questions. Otherwise, I'll see you next Monday. Oh, this Thursday, like a few days from now, Thursday, my mom Willow and I are going to be doing this talk again in the private video gathering. So if you'd like to go more in depth about any of these topics and information, love to see you there. Yeah. So if you want to join us again, we'll be there Thursday. Otherwise, I will be back here on Monday, and I haven't decided what I'm going to talk about yet, but it'll probably be a collective oracle reading. Unless someone, you know, sparks an idea of something different. But for now, it's probably going to be a collective oracle reading because I've really been enjoying doing those on Mondays.
And I'm always up for talking about energy medicine, energy work.
Yeah.
Maybe
we should do like a whole session of just energy work with you sometime soon. That'd be cool. Yay. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. We love you so much. And I'll talk to you soon, hopefully. If not, I'll see you here next Monday. Bye.
Bye.